What's up? Just going online trying to see what's going on. It's been a minute. You know what I mean? How everybody doing out there? Can you hear me correctly? 1, 2. Just testing some stuff out real quick. Okay, what's up, Ashford Films? Good look on that. Appreciate you, my brother. None but love. Yeah, just going online just to see what's up. It's been a minute, been busy, so I ain't been online as usual. But yeah, that's about it, man. Just trying to see what's going on. People got any questions or I'm here. Trying to set this up real quick while I'm still online. But yeah, I just got this. Man, I don't have it. Do I have it on me? No, it's up there. I just got this 20 millimeter lens from Viltrox. Viltrox is like a I don't know. You know, they're not like this big company, but they make some good stuff. But I got a 20 millimeter. It only was like $150, like $150 for it, man. It was, and it's a pretty good. The quality is good. It's a 2.8. It looks good when you need them extra little wide shots. But I would say if you're gonna get it, make sure you're on a full frame. Even though APS-C, a 20 millimeter will be almost 30 millimeters. Broken City was dope. Great work. No doubt, dog. I appreciate it. Yeah, Broken City's doing good right now on Tubi. That's my movie I shot. For whoever happens to join, Broken City is a movie I shot, wrote and shot. It's on Tubi right now. It's called Broken City. So yeah, you know what I mean. It's doing good, man. I can't front. It's doing good. I'm about to start doing another movie. I'm about to cast to do another movie. I'm writing it right now. So it's gonna be cool. I want to shoot another movie. I'm so used to looking straight, but my camera's over here right now because of where I'm at. I hate it. So I'm used to looking straight, but you're actually over there. So if I'm not looking at y'all while I'm talking sometimes, that's why. I'm not used to the camera being over here. It's crazy. But yeah, check out my movie, y'all. Broken City on Tubi for free. You know what I mean? BRO. I'm gonna put let me see if I can find a link. Just look for Broken City. You'll find it. Yeah, man. So what's going on what's going on, y'all? Let me know, y'all, what's going on in your world, man. Anything I could answer. Like I said, I just purchased a 20 millimeter lens and I love it. I love it. I love it a lot. I'm gonna check it out. What do you have to do to get it on Tubi? Well, when you shoot a film, well, the best thing to do is to go through a company called Film Hub. You know, you shoot a movie, short film, series. Go through a company called Film Hub, and if they accept it, you know, they'll shop it out for you. It's the best thing you can do. It's the best distributing company you can go to. And, you know, it's doing pretty good. What's up, bro? I like your work. If I shoot music video with proper lighting and green screen, can I send you the footage and you create an environment and Unreal Engine and edit? Yeah, I do that all the time. People send me their green screen work. They shoot the green screen. I've gotten people from Australia, all over the world. Yeah. So yes, basically yes. You shoot the green screen, send it to me. We have a conversation. You know, see what we're gonna hit you with for the budget. I'm reasonable. You know what I mean? But I definitely could do that. So if you want me to edit your green screen work, just send it to just DM me or message me or email me, whatever. You know how to get in touch with me. You know what I'm saying? And we can make it happen, man. Yeah, but Film Hub, definitely, y'all go to Film Hub if you got a movie to create. Like I said, I'm working on my new movie. I'm gonna find it right here. Hold on. I'm gonna find my movie that I got on Tubi. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. This is the. Let me throw this over here. Throw this over here. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Good old Tubi. Now you go up in here and hit Broken City. Oh man, I don't know how to. Oh, that's right there. Look at that.
But
so this is the movie right here, Broken City. I wrote, shot it, directed it, and it's my first movie that I put on Tubi. I got another movie coming soon on the Tubi called Retribution. It's a faith-based film that I like to do, and I got a new one that I'm writing now. So yeah, I appreciate the support, y'all, whatever that is. But yeah, go check out Broken City.
I just don't.
That's how it starts. You'll check it out, y'all. Y'all go check it out. I don't want to give it all up like that. So yeah, this Broken City right here, man. Check it out, all right? I appreciate y'all. And remember, for those who do want to still do Unreal, I got my Unreal Made Easy. You got the QR codes right there. You know what I mean? There's 25 tutorials of Unreal Engine stuff if you want to learn about learning how to create stuff in Unreal Engine. I put them all out. I took them all out of YouTube, and you can download them, you know, for one price. Download them all to your computer and have them forever. Forever yours. Forever yours. Or if you want to learn about Greenscreen, I still got Greenscreen Essentials. Just go on the website. What keeps you motivated by constantly creating movies and short films? What keeps me motivated is hard. It's very hard. I should be doing more. But it's your love. You know, at the end of the day, you know, shooting movies, films, doing anything that's artistic, it's hard, man. It's hard to balance life. You got family, you got bills, you got your passion. So it's hard. It really is. I wish I could shoot more movies. I should be able to, but then you got to be out here making some money too. So it's like, what's the balance? You feel me? What's the balance? You got to make money, shoot movies, make money, try to shoot movies, try to deal with people. You know, shooting movies, the hardest thing with shooting movies is the people for me. Like, I could shoot a movie all day long. Like, it ain't nothing to shoot a movie for me. You know what I mean? And give it quality, but it's the people. The people are the hardest thing to deal with sometimes. But, you know, it is what it is. But you definitely got to keep a balance. And it's hard because it's time consuming. When you're doing it correctly, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I think to my detriment, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. But, you know, it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? Because my heart is to make films. I work, I do everything else that I can do with video. You know, I came up shooting music videos. And I can do corporate stuff like I do right now, where commercials, all that stuff. But I love shooting movies. It's just something about creating a movie, man. That's dope, though. Not, you know, I'm going to get out of my bag as far as, you know, I'm just real strict, man. So I see a lot of work out here that I don't like. I ain't gonna front. But that's just me. You know, it's not. I don't hate on nobody getting their money. Get your money, man. I'm just true to this. I don't know. I'm a little too strict, I think. But yo, get your money, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Just try your best. You know, try your best. Try to learn, and I respect people who respect the art form of filming, of being a creative. I respect the people that respect the art form, that respect the skill, that try to learn. I respect that. I don't respect people who are just in it for the hustle. You know what I mean? Those people I don't respect for nothing. Period. You know what I mean? So that's what it is for me. But it can be frustrating, trying to balance all this stuff out, man. Sometimes I wish I was just like a regular person who just would be okay with just working a regular job, you know what I mean? But, I've been there before, I ain't gonna lie. And it's when I'm the most miserable ever. It's just like I'm a robot. I don't even feel like I'm living. It's weird, man, but everything comes with a consequence. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. It is what it is. It's my main saying. I say it all the time, and I mean it. It is what it is. Because that's what it is. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get this thing here to work right. How I'm sounding to y'all, everybody? I'm sounding okay? Any more questions? Anything I can help y'all with? If I can, maybe I can't. You know what I mean? He said, I'm learning. I'll probably take your lighting class. My bad. I'm just seeing it right now, JV. Yeah, I got, I'm actually going to put out a quick little lighting course. But on my website, on my YouTube page even, on the YouTube page, man, you can go there and learn a lot of stuff, whatever I have to teach, And if you need one-on-ones out there, you want to work with me one-on-one as a mentor, you know what I mean? Mentoring program, I got that too. I mean, it ain't free, but if you need some one-on-one time for me to help you or to give you advice or build you, help what you need to do and punch you in the right direction, definitely holler at me, man. Because I done did everything from music videos to corporate, man. You know what I mean? And I love this stuff. I love it, But yeah, man, I just came online to see what's up. It's late. I find that coming on at late nighttime like this is a better time than during the day, So I'm gonna start just going live at nighttime. And also, y'all, got my thing up there too. If you see it on the QR code, We Shoot Beats. If you're looking for like copyright, royalty-free music, you can get it there too. We Shoot Beats Volume 1. I'm gonna be dropping Volume 2 pretty soon. And you can use it for any of your background music, for YouTube, anything like that. Nothing commercial, though. Do you feel like AI is a gift or a curse when it comes down to filmmaking? Man, it's terrible, I think. I don't know. I can't front. I use AI to certain degrees. I haven't used it for filmmaking, I have not used AI for filmmaking, but I use like ChatGPT for like certain things, ideas and stuff like that. But I do believe AI is a blessing and a curse. And I think it's going to be the end of a lot of our careers, or it's going to limit us a lot. Your money going to go down because people just going to have more access to do it themselves, period. It's already happening, I don't know. I think no longer are the days are that you have to depend on skill anymore. I think skill, as cool as it is, and I hate to say it, but as cool as it is that maybe I can do something that another person can't do as well, don't matter at the end of the day. I think nowadays it's going to end up becoming, and in the future, it's just going to be who's got the better idea, who could do it faster, who could do it who it's going to be about having better ideas, being more creative more than the tools, because the tools are getting cheaper. It ain't nothing right now to buy a camera. Most cameras, shoot, your smartphone could film. I could film more than 50% of what I film if I wanted to. I could film it on my phone. I keep it 100. I know how to light a person. Lighting a person will take you the farthest. You know what I mean? And that's where people lag a lot in their filmmaking, is they buy the cameras, the lenses, all of this stuff, but they don't master lighting. I've mastered lighting. I can light somebody, I don't care where you are, and I'm gonna make you look good. Master lighting, understand lighting, and that's what's gonna take you to the next level from that, as far as creating a great image. You feel me? But I think the future is for us being more creative. We got to be more creative. That's what I feel, at least. But AI, I don't know, it's a blessing and a curse. And I think eventually people are going to get tired of AI, to tell you the truth. I think AI is going to become so fake. There's so much fake media. Now, right now, you got to always ask yourself, when you're looking through stuff and you see something crazy, you be like, yo, I wonder if this is real. Is this AI? Don't you get tired of asking that question? I know I do, man. I be like, yo, I wonder if this is AI. And then sometimes you just know it's AI. But you get tired of it. I think people are going to get tired of fake news. They're going to get tired of it eventually. But, this is what it is. This is America. We eat ourselves. We create things that hurt us, and we love it. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I hate that AI it's taking jobs. I hate that AI is going to create a generation of people that feel like they have skills that they don't really have. You know what I mean? Like, I find value in the fact that I can build something from nothing to something, and I know all the aspects of it. So I can build it, I can deconstruct it. You know what I mean? Like, that's real skill. Versus what the future looks like, people just gonna be able to prompt it and then call themselves that. But they're not that. They just prompted it. They don't really. If the prompt went wrong, if something went wrong, they can't build it. They can't do it on their own. I don't know. Maybe I'm too OG. You feel me? But at the end of the day, we got to use whatever the tools that we have to use to compete with and to stay on top if we want to keep staying in the game. That's the reality at the end of the day. No matter how I feel, AI is here. It's real. It ain't going nowhere. And that's just what it is. You know what I mean? Pretty much. And if y'all ain't I'm telling y'all, if y'all using Sony cameras, I've mostly been using Sony cameras lately. And if y'all not using this monitor app, I use it all the time when I film. This monitor app right here, the Monitor Plus app, y'all crazy, man. This Monitor Plus app is very helpful to be able to monitor what your camera's doing. You know what I mean? Record, not record, control everything. You know what I mean? I'm trying to figure this thing out here. My computer acting stupid. I know I ain't been online much, so I don't expect too many people to come through. Any more questions? I'm here for it all. I need to buy me some anamorphic lenses. That's what I really want to buy. I'm not really buying much equipment nowadays, but I do want to buy me some anamorphic lenses. That's for sure. I just released this mic here, man. I'm not going to front. I love this mic. This mic here is called the Fine. It's Fine makes it. And I got a on my website, I mean, on my YouTube page, I got a review about it. But it's called a Tank One. This bad boy is beautiful, man. It's only about $130, and it's a great dynamic microphone. I bought this here, but that's how it looks without it. You got the EQ in the back where you could control the low pass and high EQ. But I place this usually for the popping, for the P's. But it's not too bad. But this thing sounds great. It's an amazing microphone, man. So check it out if you're looking for a dynamic microphone that ain't gonna kill you budget wise, but that sounds great. And this thing it's like I said, it's called Tank One. Heavy, it's crazy. It's heavy. You know what I mean? It's heavy. Fafine sent it out to me for review. I already did the review. And this boom arm is also from Fafine too. I got to do a review about it. And this thing is no joke either. You know what I mean? Nowadays, man, you could just get some good stuff for cheap. But I appreciate the companies sending me the equipment. Definitely do. Where can we watch your film, Retribution? It's going to be on Tubi pretty soon. Tubi just accepted it. Tubi just accepted my movie, Retribution. It's a short film. I wish it was up already, but it's a short film. But like I said, it's not up yet. When it's up, I'll definitely promote it. But I got to start writing my new movie. I mean, I started, but I got to finish it. I'm actually going to shoot another short here in Rochester. I'm going to shoot another short film. But this one's real short. Like this little short skit I wrote, I got to do some casting for it. I'm about to shoot it. I mean, it's mad short. I probably shoot it in like a day or two, and it's only going to probably be about 6 minutes long or something like that. I like creating little shorts like that too, once in a while, just to keep myself active. Because everybody thinks sometimes you gotta just write a whole short film, a big or a big movie. Nah, man, do little 5-minute moments. You feel me? Little 5-minute films, 10 minutes. You know what I mean? It don't always gotta be, 45 minutes. But if you are gonna make a movie, you want it to be at least, 45, 50 minutes. I would say 50 minutes, but between 45 to 50 minutes, at least make it that long so that it's a full feature, and then throw it at Film Hub, see if they take it. Once they take it, there you go. You know what I mean? You be in. You be in. You know what I mean? Anybody got any new cameras? I think I got camera. Like I'm done with buying more cameras. I got the Blackmagic Pocket 4K still, which I still think is one of the dopest cameras ever created. I got the Sony a7 IV and the FX30, but I can't front the most. I use my a7 IV and the FX30 all the time. The Blackmagic Pocket, lately, that camera only comes out when I do podcasts and I need a 3-camera setup. That's the only time that comes out. But I be heavy with the Sonys, You can't front on the Sonys. I don't know how people be trying to front on the Sonys, man. You know what I mean? You can't front on the Sony. Sony's got it on lock for me, at the end of the day. Even though if Blackmagic Pocket would just create a camera with dependable autofocus, I'll be Blackmagic all day long. Period. You know, period. I'll stick with Blackmagic. But sometimes you need that autofocus. But don't depend on that autofocus. I see too many of y'all depending on that autofocus the wrong way. There's a time for it. That's perfect. And then there's a time not to. Because that, when you have an image and your videos coming in focus, then out of focus, then in focus, then out of focus, that's real unprofessional. It looks whack. So stop doing that. I got the A6600, A74, and FX3. Yeah. I mean, yeah. You know, most of the time it's the A74 and FX30. You know what I mean? I think everyone should at least have one full frame camera. At least one full frame. And then after that, you can have all the APS-C cameras you want, Super 35s. But you need at least one full frame camera. You know what I mean? I have a G7 Panasonic starter camera and Canon 80D. No doubt, dog. No doubt. I love Panasonic. I tell you the truth. I love Panasonic. I had the the GH back in the days, the GH5, GH5S. It's just the autofocus at the time was terrible, you know. But like I said, I've only been using autofocus maybe in the last 3 years. Almost 3 years. Before that, everything I've ever done was manual focus. So I know how to manual focus with no issues. But sometimes, you know, when you on a gimbal and you got a 1.8 and you moving and you got to track them, your autofocus, you're not going to do that with manual lens, dog. It's going to be a nightmare. It's just, you know what I mean? So that's when that autofocus comes in, you know. But y'all got to be careful when you use autofocus, especially if you're shooting a movie or something like that where there's a lot of people around, because the autofocus is going to catch that other eye. You feel me? Or something. So you got to know how to use it so that it doesn't go to somebody else. You know what I mean? And if it's going to go to somebody else, you're better off putting it in manual and just upping the aperture, you know, so that you can stay in focus. I'll tell you the truth. I'm saving for the Blackmagic 4K or 6K. Look, I got the 4K. It's right behind me over here, somewhere right there. I'm not ever going to I didn't need to get the 6K. I could have upgraded to the 6K anytime, but no, I don't need to. Like the 4K is above, and they just added ProRes RAW to the 4K. The newest update for the Blackmagic, they just added ProRes RAW. Not that I really would use it much, but it's there, just in case you get into a workflow that wants that, you can do it. But I'm a B-RAW fan. B-RAW to me is dope. But anyway, the only reason why you should jump to a 6K, this is my opinion, okay? You could do what you want. But the 4K is just fine. The only reason why I would say you want to jump to a 6K is if you got see, people look at resolution. They look at 4K, 6K, 8K. They look at it from the wrong perspective sometimes. I mostly deliver. Most of my clients, they don't care. They want to get their stuff in 1080p or in Ultra HD or something like that. But if somebody really demands that you give it to them in 4K, and you need room to be able to sometimes zoom in and redo the shot a little bit. Sometimes you want to zoom into a shot and recompose the shot. You need to have that extra resolution. So if you need to deliver a lot in 4K, and you need to be able to have that room to zoom in or fix certain shots, then you should get a 6K if you got to always deliver in 4K. So that you have that room for resolution and you don't lose quality. But most of my clients, they're cool with 1080p or 2K. Even Ultra HD is fine. Even if you zoom in a little bit, you'll be all right. You're not going to lose nothing. So there's no reason for me to jump to a 6K. You know, I mean, you can. It ain't gonna hurt if you got the bread to do it, or if you just want to do it. Cool, but you know, I'm a practical shooter. I shoot for what I need. You know, so you know, if most of your clients is cool with 1080 or 2K or even Ultra HD, 4K gonna be fine, man. You know what I mean? 4K is fine. You know what I mean? I mean, right now you get a new Blackmagic for what, $1,100, $1,200 max, $1,100, yo, for a camera that shoots B-RAW, ProRes RAW, has false color. Come on, man. XLR inputs. I mean, it's just too much, yo. You know what I mean? Like, that's dope. The Blackmagic to me is one of the best, hands down. And you're looking at a camera that's almost 8 years old that can still compete. And the only reason why it can't totally compete is because it don't got autofocus. If it had autofocus, dope autofocus, the 4K is still be on. Come on, man, it's a killer. That camera's a beast, yo. The camera's a beast. But like I said, if you don't need to deliver half the time in 4K strictly, man, the 4K gonna do you fine. Like I said, I got it. I ain't getting rid of it. I'm not gonna upgrade. There's no need to. You know, so at least for me, you can, you know, if you cool with it, you want the 6K because you want to zoom in even more sometimes and have more resolution, cool, get the 6K. But just look at 4K, 6K, 8K as a resolution thing. You know what I mean? Not a quality thing. Look at it as, shoot, if I need a frame, if I need to zoom in, I don't lose no quality. Or if I need to fix a shot and stabilize a shot, the more resolution you have, the better that shot's going to get stabilized. You feel me? So these are the reasons to get this other stuff, you know, usually. You know what I mean? But, you know, that's that. You know, but yeah, you know, I've been chilling, man. I've been chilling. I gotta, you know, I moved out my other spot, so I'm relocating pretty soon. So just living life, man. Us creators, man, it's what we do. It's what we love. It's like a love and hate relationship. You know what I mean? Doing this stuff is like a love and hate relationship, yo. And but we love it, and we keep doing it. You know, lately, mostly too, I've also gotten into the space of content creating, being more on YouTube, branding my YouTube. Like I said, doing one-on-one for people, being a content coach. I've been doing a lot of that type of stuff. So, you know, that's where I'm at in this space. You know, I think eventually all of us as creative people, you got to kind of plan for the future. You know what I'm saying? You can't just keep on. The hard part about being a creative is you just always gotta create. It's like it can get crazy, yo. You know what I mean? Because if you stop, everything stops. So you gotta get yourself into another space sometimes, you know. And for me, it's teaching what I know, and I enjoy teaching people what I know, you know. What are the requirements to submit a film through Film Hub? Doesn't matter what type of camera you use to submit. Nope. It don't matter what you use. They don't care, man. As long as it look good, as long as it passes their QC, their quality control, and they'll let you know what doesn't pass, if it does pass, if it doesn't pass. You only get 3 tries. You get 3 tries to pass. If it doesn't pass those 3 tries, usually they'll be like, nah, it's over with. You can't submit no more, which is kind of whack, to be real with you. But, yeah. Nah, they don't care the camera. Like I said, I shoot all my films on my Blackmagic Pocket A74 FX30. They don't care. You know what I mean? I could have shot it on my camera. They ain't gonna care. Shoot, look at this camera. This is the 16 Pro Max. This bad boy can shoot an Apple Log 10-bit 422. I mean, I got anamorphic lenses that I could put on this that company sent me and stuff. I just don't enjoy shooting with my camera. But technically, like I said, dog, if you got this, you could do dang near 90% probably. I said 50, but I'll even go up to 90, with this. But I don't enjoy shooting with this, and it just don't look professional. Sometimes just because you can don't mean you should. You know what I mean? It don't look professional, But yeah, yeah, that's what I go through, and that's what you should do. But yeah, because camera nowadays, almost any camera look good nowadays. To be real with you, you just gotta know how to use it. I don't care. I keep telling people, people get mad at me. I don't know. Like I said, I'm real strict. People get mad at me. Some people think I'm a hater. I'm really not a hater, dog. I'm really adamant on doing things correctly and creating a good image as much as possible. I love the art form of cinematography. I'm a cinematographer. I won't just call somebody a cinematographer. I can call you a video dude. I'll call you, you shoot video. But for me to call you a cinematographer, I gotta see cinematography type of work. You know what I mean? I don't care what you shoot it on. I don't care if you got a red. I don't care what you got. It's about the outlook. It's about the outcome, the final work. What's your final work look like? I don't care what you did to create it. What does it look like? And that is what I judge people based on. What does it look like? I don't care what you shot it with. You know what I mean? I don't care what the lens is. I don't care if it's a fancy $1,000, $2,000 lens or a $500 or a $200 or a $50 lens. What's the outcome? You feel me? That's all that matters. That's all that matters. You feel me? Right now, man, I'm hoping this is, I usually use OBS. Right now I'm using Streamlabs. So I'm trying to make sure, I think it's not too much of a lag with y'all, right? Sometimes I be paranoid there's a big lag or something, Because anytime I use OBS, at least when I used to use it, I got to try it again. They have like a 20-second lag, yo. So by the time you hear what I say, there's 20 seconds. By the time I hear what you, it's too much of a lag, man. You know what I mean? People going crazy. So Streamlabs, there's sometimes a 4 to 5 second lag, which ain't as bad. I'm trying to see. Any more questions, y'all, before we get out of this bad boy? Just let me know. Trying to see this thing here. It's not letting me get I'm trying to do something, and it's not letting me do it. I don't know why. But yeah, I just dropped a video about the VM40, the Comical VM40. Man, I'm telling you, the wireless shotgun microphone, the Comical VM40. If you're doing any kind of work, man, this thing is dope because it's wireless. You know what I mean? It's dope. I just dropped it, so check it out, the Comical VM40, and my other video, my, how to create this look for YouTube. if y'all ever deal with that situation where you don't know how to expose for the windows. Sometimes when you go to a shoot, the windows, that's the telltale sign of an amateur or a person that doesn't know a lot of certain scenarios, how to control the room. You know what I mean? So if you don't know how to, you need to make sure you expose for the background first and then do the lighting second for the subject. You know what I mean? Now, I'll collab with other people. I don't mind collabing with people at all, actually. I just find that sometimes people don't know their position. They forget their position. That's the problem. Me, myself, I'm cool with collabing with people as long as everybody understands who's who, who's in charge of what, and doesn't fall into try to spill over. You feel me? Like, I've worked with people that, let's say they're going to produce the movie. I have them as a producer. So, okay, you're going to produce the movie with me. And now they want to be a director. They want to be that. No, you're the producer of the movie. You're not the director. You're the producer. Or you're not the, it gets frustrating. So I don't mind working with people at all, as long as they remember what we are, whose position is what, and just let that be what that is. Then I have no issue working with people at all, man. Period. On any level, whether it be short films, whatever it is, it don't matter what it is. You know what I mean? Regular work. I work with this other company, and I help his company out. You know what I mean? I got this other video production company that I work with sometimes, and when I'm on the clock with him, it's about his company, and I help him out. So, I'm not that guy, man. I just like to work. You feel me? That's it, man. That's it. I just like to work. Ain't no egos over here. But, we got to remember our roles, who we are. When you're working with people, you got to remember what's your role in that, because that junk drove me crazy. I ain't going to say no names, but making a movie, man, sometimes is such a headache. I tell you this, almost anybody is replaceable in a movie. If you're going to shoot a movie, okay, the number one rule is to make sure your main characters are official, as far as they might not be the best actors all the time, because sometimes we just don't got access to that. But you got to make sure they're really in, that they really want to shoot the movie, that their heart is in it, that, you know what I'm saying? Because I've shot in movies, I've started to shoot a movie, and then all of a sudden you get the excuses. Oh man, I ain't know we were going to be here this long. Oh, well, I can't do it today because I got to do this, because they don't care. You know what I mean? A lot of times we ain't got the bread to keep feeding these people, to pay them. Some of this stuff is, just for the love of it, for the passion. So you got to make sure you find that your main characters are solid and they're willing to do it and they're ready. Because anybody who act up, you can kill them off or something. Be real with you. You know what I mean? If we got a best friend and the best friend all of a sudden, wants to act stupid, he don't want to come in, he keep, just kill him off. Yeah, what happened to Marcus over there? Oh, he got killed last night. Oh man, that's why. Yeah, I done did it a few times, man. I done did it a few times. I'm that quick to cut you out, dude. You know what I mean? So I ain't with I don't want none of the stress. You feel me? Sometimes I'd rather just start over. If the main dudes are giving me headaches and all that, you know what? let's just kill this, man. I'm gonna start over. I ain't with it. I don't need no more stress in my life. But yeah, try to find the best. Try to find some solid people for your main characters that they're there, they down, they're gonna really do it. And everybody else, they're just extras. Truthfully, I mean, I can't hate to say it, but it's true. They're just extras, you know. And if they act up, they're either not gonna be missed, and if they're gonna be missed, you kill them off, and that's it. Easy. You know what I mean? Easy. I hate to say it, but that's how it is, man. That's how it is. That is how it is. So that's cool, man. I appreciate y'all doing this. I'm still here for the moment. If y'all got any more questions, I ain't really doing nothing, man. I'm just chilling. I didn't feel like putting up no special lights or nothing, so it looks bland. It's crazy how this ugly. It looks ugly right now. To me, this is terrible lighting. It's everything's terrible about this. I'm going live, so it don't matter to me. Usually, I have myself all hooked up. Today, I didn't care. You know what I mean? Keep it 100 with you. I ain't feel like putting out the lights. But it's crazy how if I light this up, it'll look totally different. It just really is crazy. You know what I mean? It's all based on how you do your lighting, man. I'm telling you, man. This scene right here, I can make look dope just by changing the camera's placement a little bit. Like this scene, I'm going to show you this right here. Check this out real quick. How crazy. This same scene that I'm showing you, all right? Where I'm at, like here, this looks terrible. All right? By changing the camera's perspective, putting a key light on me the right way, a nice rim light, and all that, we can go from that to this. You feel me? Like, I don't like that freeze. I mean, this is the same room. Do you see the difference? That's the same room. So this whack look right here, that's live. Just by changing some stuff up, knowing your camera, your placement, knowing how to light up the background, lighting yourself up, you can go to that extreme. You can't tell me lighting don't matter. You feel me? It's the same camera. This is the A74 filming me right now. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it matters. It matters. What do I need to prove or master as a filmmaker? Man, you know, shoot, that's a hard question because I kind of feel like, I mean, there's always levels of growing, obviously, by different pieces of equipment. I think can teach you other things, but truthfully, I mean, I'm always wanting to grow more in lighting, so I'm always studying lighting more all the time. I feel like camera, as far as camera settings, lenses, I've pretty much gone where I can go with it, other than purchasing a lot more expensive glass, right? Other than purchasing more expensive glass and purchasing bigger cameras just for the heck of it, image-wise, I'm pretty happy where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I would say, I think funds also, you know, depending on funds, as far as like certain funds allows you to be able to, okay, yeah, and that's actually where it's at. Because funds, like I have the creative ability to understand lighting, camera, lenses, all of that stuff, right? But I think what's really important also is being able to create the room, the set design. Set design is a big piece of the complete package. You feel me? So that the set also helps tell the story. The set also helps with color grade as far as the colors you use in your set. Like that's a whole other world of filmmaking that can make it even better. Is set design. And sometimes you need the money to be able to create a proper set. You feel me? And it can be expensive sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't have to be expensive. Don't get me wrong. But I think I need to concentrate more nowadays on set design, on what people are wearing, the colors they're wearing. Because a lot of times we don't even think about telling people, oh, don't wear this color. I mean, when I do green screen, obviously, that's the only time I tell people, don't wear green. And somehow y'all keep wearing green. You know who you are. Anyway. But yeah, I think we tend not to pay attention to what people wearing, the set design, what are the colors on the set. Because if you look at movies, if you look at commercials, you see the person has like a blue suit on, and then in the background they'll have complementary colors for that blue suit. So you'll see the same color of the blue suit in the background with a complementary color. A vase will be a certain color. All these things bringing together the package makes a greater image. You feel me? So set design is definitely something that I be lagging on a lot, And it's mostly, again, because, my brain is on go. I'm the guy who's doing everything most of the time, I don't have no second shooters. I don't have no color correctors. I don't have no editors. I'm doing everything. And it's cool, I can do it, but at the same time, sometimes those are restrictions too, because your mind is always running instead of concentrating on a specific task. But I think I need to concentrate more on set design and being more intentional with what people are wearing. You know what I mean? Sometimes the budget can't do it, but if it can, you want to think about complementary colors. Does the background complement the foreground? And all those things, it'll tie it in even better, man. So, yeah, that was a good question. I would say, for me right now, set design, being more intentional in that world. Yeah. Definitely set design. People don't think, like I said, we don't think about it too much, do we? I know I don't. I know I haven't, let's say that much. I haven't in the past, but I need to now. Even when I'm shooting these movies, I need to think about set design. You know what I mean? And I don't. I just do whatever is there because that's what we got access to. But we could probably be a little more intentional and, do a little better. You feel me? But I'm really interested in teaching. That's my main thing right now, is teaching. You know what I mean? Teaching people, teaching what I do know. That's where I'm at. I think that's where I'm resting at. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to teach people. I don't mind going out and shooting and all that. But eventually, that's where I'm heading. That's why my YouTube is doing what it's doing. I'm concentrating on my YouTube and building that up and, content coaching and all of that stuff. I think that's the next level for me. It's just teaching people, man. You know what I mean? I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot, actually. Which is weird because I'm not really a people person. I'm very to myself, Ashford Films, he does a lot of stuff out here. The homie on the chat, a lot of stuff in Rochester. And he can tell you, he probably hardly sees me because I don't be a lot of places. I just keep to myself. I go do my job. I go do my work. I shoot whatever and come home. I don't be nowhere. I don't be nowhere in Rochester like that. I don't be out in the public hardly. I be home working, editing, or out do what I gotta do to work. You know what I'm saying? As far as do a shoot, come home. You know what I mean? A lot of my work I get from online. People send me work, edits, you know, so I don't always got to be out and about. But you know, which is probably I just always been that way. You know what I mean? What they call that? Being an introvert. I think that's what they call it, being an introvert. That's what I am, an introvert. You know what I mean? I concentrate on my digital business, on making the business as digital as possible, and creating passive income, because that's the future for us. You know, we need to be able to create passive income as creatives, because eventually we're going to get older. I'm getting older. You feel me? So it's like you got to create a passive income. So while I'm sleeping, I'm still making money. You know what I mean? That's where we got to be eventually. As entrepreneurs, businessmen, business owners, you know, if you can create passive income as much as possible, you know, you should probably, you know, be trying as much as possible. It's very important, man. Very important to create that passive income. You know what I mean? We just tend not to think about it too much. I want to let it. Well, this thing will not let me get to my chat. But I think as we winding down a little bit, let's see, there's some more questions. I mean, I'm not sleepy, but you know, I don't mind talking. This thing will not let me do my chat, huh? Huh. I was trying to do something with the chat. It's not letting me. It's not letting me. It's why it's not letting me. I love and respect your knowledge of the game. What you would say I need to work on based off my work that you've seen. I can't front. I haven't seen a lot of your work. I've seen some of what you've posted. I've seen some of your trailers, your reels. I mean, and you know, reels. You know, we put out whatever looks good. So I don't know. I haven't seen like your commercial work. I think sometimes from what I have seen from some of your background testimonials, I mean some of your behind the scenes stuff that I've caught here and there. I still think you need to get the lighting more better. I think if you learned your lighting for your interviews, they would look a little more, not that they're whack now, they're not whack, they're fine, but you can take it to that next level. You feel me? Where they just pop out. You know what I mean? Like when you're doing a testimonial, you want them to pop out. You want them to shine, look good. And a lot of that is just dealing with the lighting, because you got the cameras, you know what you're doing as far as all of that stuff. I say you gotta concentrate on your lighting. Maybe a little bit on your placement, but then again, I haven't seen a lot of your final work. I've seen some of the behind the scenes stuff. I don't follow the people maybe that you're doing it for, so I don't see a lot of the end work. But from what I've seen, yeah, I think you would benefit from really concentrating on isolating your person, you know, creating that image. Because like I said, when we do testimonials and we shooting testimonials or lighting testimonials, you want to create depth into the scene. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't look flat. It should look like there's layers of depth. And like I said, I've seen your growth. I can say that much. I've seen you grow in the last few years. You definitely have grown as a filmmaker. I think you've grown a lot, and that's good because there's people who don't grow, and those are the people that just probably should stop. You know what I mean? Because they don't grow, you know. And so the people who don't grow, I don't think they're even meant to do it. They're just forcing themselves to do it. But I've seen your growth. I think you're definitely there. But you know, it's just a few things. You know, in lighting, you know, the little small little things could make such a big difference. And sometimes, you know, we get so busy we don't think about it, and the client doesn't know because they don't know. But I'm telling you, if you make a few little adjustments and you learn a little more about some lighting, placement, and then every scene is different. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say understanding and mastering your lighting is important, because you got to know every scene is different. Every room is different. Every room have different type of lights, or how to work with different type of lights, the windows, every room is different. Small rooms, large rooms. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think you can benefit from lighting, learning your lighting a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like I said, you're not whack. I would tell you, I'm telling you, I'm not good at being fake. That's one thing. You know, you're either gonna love me or hate me for those type of things in my life. But I've seen your growth, you know, and so I respect it. You know, I've seen your growth. I respect the growth. But I do feel like you need to learn some more lighting aspects of controlling the light, controlling the room. You know what I mean? And once you get that, you'll be perfect, I think, on that level as far as that. As far as testimonials and all of that. Shooting movies is a whole different game. You know, that's a whole other level. You know, I don't really see you in that world right now. Not to say you can't, you just haven't really, I guess. That's not your main thing anyway. But that's another type of shooting. Like, shooting for a film is different in a way from shooting for a commercial to a degree. Don't get me wrong. You got aspects that are the same. And for me, they're all the same because I treat them all the same, because that's the only way I know how to shoot. But technically, you don't have to shoot it that way, you know. But I'm just rambling now. But yeah, that's it, man. Like I said, I've seen you grow. I've seen the growth. It's there, and I respect it. You know what I mean? But yeah, lighting, my brother. Little more better on the lighting. Whoever it is you choose to learn from, or you just learn on your own. Either way, be a little more intentional. Think about it. You know what I mean? With the room you're in, where the light's coming from, the quality of the light, you know, where your key light is. Should you have a honeycomb on it? Should you not? Your rim light, fill light, if you need one. Whatever it is, I don't know. It all every scene is different, and that's why I preach all the time for people who want to shoot video and want to get better. A lot of the times it's going to end up with lighting. You got your camera, you got your lenses. There's only so much you could do with that. Don't get me wrong, though. I've asked people certain questions about lenses, and they didn't know about how to use the lens proper for certain scenes, because certain lenses will do certain things to give you a certain look. You feel me? I attended your in-person one-on-one class a couple years ago, and God helped me tremendously. Thank you. Yeah, no doubt. I remember. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's, it helped you out. So that shows you the proof of, you know, we got to get help somewhere. You know what I mean? It's not. Some people look at it like it makes you look bad or weak, and it doesn't. It's just you're trying to grow your craft, and at the time that helped you out, and that's cool, you know, and you grown from that. But yeah, I gotta say, you know, get your. I'm telling you, get your lighting correct. You know what I mean? Everything matters, man. Like so many things matter. How close the light is, how far the light is, how big the light is, how small the light is. Everything matters so much. But that's why I love light. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was telling them, if they gave me the choice, to shoot something and said, okay, you can have the dopest camera, the most expensive, let's say a Arri, okay, like a Arri camera, like Arris are dope. So if you can have the craziest camera, but no lighting, or you can have any lighting that you want, but you got to use your phone. I'm going to take that second package. I'm going to use my phone and take the lighting, all the lighting that I need. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that's what's going to do it for me. It ain't going to be the camera. It's just not. You know what I mean? Cameras help. Don't get me wrong. Cameras help. Lenses help. But at the end of the day, most people don't know what a 50 millimeter does, or 85, or 100 millimeter, or 20 millimeter. They just want to look at the scene. You know what I mean? They just want to look at a nice scene and hear a nice scene. And then there's audio. Obviously, audio is the next level. Your audio should be just as good as your video. If your audio is whack, to me, your video is whack. I don't even care if your video looks dope. If your audio is whack, everything's whack. Period. You know what I mean? And I'm very strict on audio. So can't stand when people have terrible audio. There's no reason to. Just learn how to do it the right way, and you can do it. Period. You know what I'm saying? There's no excuse. You're either just being lazy, or you just not cut out for it. You know? And that's the truth. Some people ain't cut out to do this stuff. And they go years and years and years trying, and they go years and years still being whack. And it is what it is, yo. I be keeping 100. You ain't cut out for this. Do something else. You know what I mean? I want to learn how to draw. I can't draw. I wish I could build a house. I'm not good at that. I got bad knees. Pause. But I'm just saying, yo, you know, eventually, you know, like people be like, yo, I want to learn how to do what you do. Well, then learn it. But I can. If you really want to learn, if you have a passion, you're gonna do it. I shouldn't have to push you to do it. You shouldn't have to. No one should have to push you. Nobody pushed me to learn to do what I do. I just automatically do it. I want to learn. I'm a soak it up. I'm gonna do what I have to do. I'm gonna learn. When I was doing it, we didn't have YouTube really like that, as far as like all these, you know. So I just had to learn. And then when YouTube popped off more, yeah, I picked up some stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I practiced and I learned. And one thing you can't do is teach somebody talent. You could teach somebody skill, but you can't teach someone talent, and that's the difference. Talent is what makes the difference between somebody being okay, mediocre, or great. It's talent. It ain't the skill. Skill is, we could all learn this button does this lens does that. We hit this to record. But talent is why you happen to do it this certain way, why you happen to choose that lens, why you happen to light it. That it's just it's like an instinctual feeling that you just can't explain. You know what I mean? That's talent, and you can't teach talent. I don't care nobody say. You can practice for 100 years and still be whack. You know what I mean? Or you could just be. You can practice, and your talent's gonna take over. Your talent's gonna, you know, you're gonna see, your talent's gonna shine. You feel me? But at the same time, it's always good to know knowledge. It's always good to know something about something. But I just understand, like my pet peeve, I ain't gonna lie. One of my biggest pet peeves is when people come to me be like, yo, what equipment you got? What equipment you got? Because I want to shoot like you. So what equipment you got? Dog, I promise you, there've been a few people in my life who I've told them exactly what to get, everything. And they still come back a few months later or a few weeks later and be like, yo, I can't get my stuff to look like yours. What's wrong? Because it ain't the equipment. It's the person. That's a pet peeve, man. Because now you're saying I'm only good because I have equipment. Because I bought this equipment. Now you could be as good as me if you buy this equipment. Hell no, man. That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. Equipment don't make you dope. You make you dope. You feel me? You make you dope. Equipment can't make you dope, man. And so don't believe that. And I see so many people, they flash their cameras, they look all dope, look at the rig, the lenses, right? And then I go see the work, and it just ain't up to par. Now, don't get me wrong. I appreciate somebody who's on the journey to learning to be better. I get that. I appreciate that. My thing is, I go after people. Well, I don't go after nobody, but I'm more strict on people that starts talking all this stuff. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. Like, somebody tell me they a cinematographer. I'm a cinematographer. Oh, you are? Okay. So now let's talk cinematography talk, and your work should resemble a cinematographer's work. And it doesn't. You can't call yourself a cinematographer just because it sounds good. You're not. You're a video dude. You might be that. You might be a video person. I don't know. But when you label yourself a cinematographer, you got to really be careful with these labels, man. It can make you look whack when you get to somebody else. And there's people who know more than I know. And I'm careful sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect that they know certain things I don't know, or they've experienced things I haven't experienced yet. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful with the labeling that you give yourself. Everybody ain't a cinematographer. You know what I mean? But if you coming at me like you are, then I'm going to treat you that way. And I'm going to talk to you like that. And I'm going to see where you at. You feel me? But somebody who's trying to be one, someone who's on their journey, someone who's, representing themselves in that way of, I'm learning, I'm on a journey, I'm learning. I respect that all day. All day. And I wish them the best, and I respect them. But once you're already on some, this is who I am, look how dope. Nah, man. All right, let me check you out. You know what I mean? That's what I be on. I keep it 100, man. I don't be on none of that fake stuff. I keep it 100. Always been that way. Ask anybody who know me. They know I keep it 100 all the time. You feel me? I ain't with none of that fake junk. At all. But I don't know, it just is what it is, man. What time is it? It's 12 something. Who with me? I got 3 people with me. Who with me? 3 people with me. When I was going live all the time, I would get a lot of more people. I ain't been live in a few, man, I don't know. In a little bit. It's been a little bit since I've gone live, I was thinking about doing a class, a live class. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Thinking about it. Try to see. I don't know. I'll let you know if I do it. Stay connected, y'all. You know what I mean? Go to my website, WeShootFilms.com. You know what I mean? Download the free resource pack. got here? I gotta finish these reviews, man. I got reviews to do for these companies. Sometimes I be taking too many of these reviews. I be tired, man. I be getting all this stuff. You got all these reviews, man. I just did one about this. Got this. Got this, the Comica VM40. I got too many, man. Too much stuff, man. These reviews be packing up. But it's a blessing at the same time. I ain't gonna front. I remember when I was doing my YouTube channel, and I'd be like, man, I can't wait to be able to get some companies, to send me stuff, and now they do, and now I'm complaining. I gotta stop that junk. I'm not complaining. I love doing it. I just get backtracked sometimes. But yeah, man, anybody else got any more questions? I'm happy to answer or whatever, before we get off. I know it's getting late. It's 12:38 in the morning, and I'm yawning. I don't know why my computer won't let me do this, control my chat like I want to. I don't know what's going on, but I guess it's time to get off. Things are slowing down. I take the hint. I'm taking the hint. But so yeah, just look out for more tutorials. Like I said, go check out Broken City on Tubi. That's my movie. But yeah, look out for more tutorials, more reviews. I'm gonna just keep pumping, man. Keep doing what I do. If you're interested in working with me one-on-one, DM me, email me, contact me somehow. If you need to book a consultation, go to my WeShootFilms.com. You can book it there, or just DM me. You know what I mean? We can connect. That's about it, y'all. If you're looking to learn Unreal Engine, I no longer really do much of that on my YouTube page. But if you're looking for my lessons, I've wrapped them up, as you see right here or right there. Yeah, you see them in the QR codes right there. Unreal Made Easy, 25 Unreal Engine tutorials to teach you digital download, right in your computer forever. Need to learn about Greenscreen, got that too. Or you need some royalty-free custom beats for your background music. No commercial work, but just background music. We Shoot Beats Volume 1 is now available for sale. All right, y'all. I guess it's about time to leave. I appreciate everybody who came through asking questions. Appreciate you, really do. I'm here, man. I'm here for you. If you need something, let me know. Other than that, keep creating, man. Keep creating. Work hard. Push hard. Keep God first. At the end of the day, God is the most important thing in this world. At least it is to me. And that's another thing that keeps me going too. You know what I mean? But that's a whole other story we can get into. But yeah, y'all, be good. Be blessed. Subscribe. Hit that bell on the side so you get notified on time. You know what I always say, y'all. It is what it is. All right, y'all. I'm out.